Hey everyone, this is Rachel and I am here with another process video. Today I know you are all shocked beyond belief. I am once again working my way through some sketches from Scrapbook Generation from their online magazine they had a few years ago. We, as a group of us, are working our way through them. So this is the layout I am working with right now. This one right here. So, oh, there. Now it lit up a little so you can actually see it. So you'll see it has 3 photos. I actually happen to have 3 photos, and they are cut to the exact sizes that are in this particular sketch. That does not happen very often to me, but in this case, it worked out fine. So I am going to be working with this line from Jillibean Soup called Bowl of Dreams. Last month, I think. As I'm taping this, it's the middle of December. I'm not quite sure when this one will go up. I had some videos not go up for a while simply because I ran out of time with all the hoopla coming up from the holidays and something I was working on. So, anyways, I'm just rambling at this point. So I'm not quite sure when this will go up, but I believe it was last month in November that I won. They had a hop on Instagram, and I was bored, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna like all their Instagram accounts and comment or whatever I had to do it, and I won. And no one was as shocked as I was. And they sent so much stuff. They sent me the entire line of the Bowl of Dreams. They sent me, hang on, that's not even like, that's maybe like a quarter of what they sent me. They sent me one of their mixed media thingies, these beanboard alphas, these craft tags, some shaped paper clips, some word fetty, some notebook tags, some wood veneer, and some adhesive sequins, some more wood veneer words, these wood veneer clothespins, some more craft tags, and that's just the scrapbooking stuff. Then I got a whole bunch of their, I got a big thing of washi and these felt flowers that would go well on the mixed media thing. And then I got a whole bunch. I put them all right here behind me just like because I haven't found a place for them, to be totally honest. A whole bunch of their shaker card sets. So some tags, some shaker bundles, some sequins, and stuff to go in, some cards, some more of that, some more tags, a stamp set that actually coordinates with some of the card sets they gave me that includes dies. And then, oh wait, there's still more. I also got these beads. Oh, and Xanthi's joining us. I also got, all right, I'm going to go ahead, get you on fast forward, get started, and this is going to be like I said, a very simple layout. I'm going to stick pretty close, or probably almost exactly to the sketch in this particular case. So that is what we're doing today. All right, folks, I'm going to put you on fast forward and get this started. Okay, so as I said, I have not worked with this particular layout before. So what I am doing is trying to go through and choose some papers that will work well. I'm going for summer colors because these photos were taken during the summer. So I'm going to go with some blues and then some pinks and oranges, very light, bright colors. While I'm doing that, just in case you hear anything in the background, my neighbors are getting a new roof. And so occasionally there are some pop, pop, pops. Promise, I am not in the middle of a gunfight. They are just nail guns. All right, so I'm going to use that watercolory aqua dotted paper as my background paper, and then I'm going to use the yellow polka dot and that watercolored chevron. But before I do that, I am going to mat all of my photos on this multicolor, very regimented polka dot. But what I'm going to do is mat it very close to the photo. So really all you're getting is a sense of bright colors. It doesn't scream polka dots.
Now, I did get a new video editing program. You'll notice my very fancy transitions going on. But I'm just trying to search what's going on, figuring out the best way of things to work. So if things are a bit wonky, I apologize. Hopefully, I will be able to work it out pretty quickly. All right, back to the layout. I am going to ink up all of my edges of everything with the pumice stone distress ink. It's not my normal go-to, but because these colors are so light, I I wanted to ground them a little bit, so I did want to ink the edges. But what I normally would use would be hickory smoke, but I thought that was just a little bit too dark for these lighter colors. So I'm taking a gander at the sketch and going back and forth. I'm not a huge measurer, but in this case, I did look at a little bit of the measurements. So in the sketch, there are two larger chunks of pattern paper that kind of catty corner the photos. So I'm going to use the yellow polka dot and then the A side of the yellow polka dot, which is that pretty watercolored floral. And I'm going to use those as my main two color blocks. This is a very colorful layout. Now with this chevron piece, I am going to use it, but all I'm going to do is cut a strip off the end. So you're going to lose the chevron. Instead, it will be a diagonal stripe. And I did that on purpose because I love a good diagonal stripe. I'll be totally honest. So it worked out quite well. Now, once I get all of those done, I'm looking to pick papers for the banners that go behind the photos, and I'm going to choose the brighter colors that came in that kit, this corally pink and then the brighter orange color, and I'm just going to trim off pieces of paper. Now, what's so funny is I am not a collection buyer. I'm more a pick and choose 3 to 4, and if I really like it, 5 to 6 pieces of paper and then a couple of embellishments. If I usually adore people's lines like Paige Evans, I may buy the whole thing, but I don't normally buy collection packs. So I don't normally have 2 pieces of every single piece of pattern paper. So I don't normally willy-nilly chop a 1/4 inch off of a 12 by 12 piece of paper. But here I'm just like, hey, I've got 2 of them. I'll just go. All right, back to the layout. I am using my Stampin' Up! Triple Banner Punch to cut all these banners, and I did them all at once. And I was like, yeah, I'm being a little lazy here, so I'm just gonna do them all together. And then I'm going to once again ink up all my papers with the pumice stone distress ink. For those of you who are wondering whether or not the triple banner punch is worth it, if you do any sort of scrapbook generation sketches, it is 100% worth it. I use that punch more than I use any other punch I own, and I don't even follow Scrapbook Generation sketches to a T. I always make my life a little bit easier by not doing as many banners as they normally have in their sketches. But I love that banner punch. I think it's so awesome. And it's funny because the only other thing I would want besides a banner punch would be for someone to come out with a multiple size tag punch. Now, with this new release, We Are Memory Keepers did not come out with a punch, but they came out with a tag punch board where you can make different size tags and then you line it up and you can cut the angle. So I know that is one thing I will be buying. I'm not buying a lot right now. I went to my crop weekend and the only thing I bought was white cardstock. So I'm participating in the Sarah Scraps and Christina Sorge, uh, something about using your stash. They are very illiterate with their S's. I cannot remember what it's called. It's a Facebook group. So, but it's about using what's in your stash as opposed to buying new stuff for a month. So I am doing that. And I was like, oh, I can cheat at my crop. But honestly, I was like, you know what? I have plenty of stuff. I don't need to do anything else. All right. Since I wasn't talking about the layout at all, I completely apologize. I pull out from the die cut pack that orange camera, and then the pink flower as well as that arrow. So everything on this layout is going to be from the Jillibean Soup Bowl of Dreams. I received from them this larger multi-patterned alpha, so I'm going to use that as the beginning of my title for the word relax. And I was just trying to pick out different colors and different patterns and stuff like that. I'm inking up all of my die cuts. I'm also going to ink up the entire word relax as I'm gluing it down. I do cut away from that because it's just me gluing stuff down. Once I have no, you know what? Oh, no, I don't know. That's too tiny. I was like, why was I using my ATG rather, why was I using my liquid glue rather than my ATG? They're just a little bit skinnier than my ATG, so I decided to go with the liquid glue. So here you'll see that my word is almost all the way glued down. I just got to get that R down. And then for the rest of my title, I'm going to use some October afternoon tile stickers. I see if these Jillibean Soup ones will work, but they are not going to work for me. I am, however, going to pull out a couple of the stickers that will work. And this is what happens. I get distracted. But those alphas are just too similar color to my background piece. I then am thinking about what I'm going to use instead, so I go to the puffy stickers from the Jillibean Soup and add a couple of those to each of my embellishment clusters. And so here's where I pull out the October afternoon tile stickers. Those are quite old. And then I'm going to finish it off with these freckled fawn puffy alphas. Those are in black. They originally came in white and yellow, and then they released them in black. And now I think they come out in an all printed version in red. So I'm just doing a little bit of journaling down the side of that pattern paper. And this is just we've gone to the lake and I love relaxing with some snacks and some books on my e-reader. And I'm going to finish this layout off with some Jenny B Blue and some Mango Tango Shimmers Mists. All right, folks, that is going to finish off my layout. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. As if the voiceover is a little off, I apologize. Oh, look, I also added some yellow. That is most likely Golden Sunset, something like that. I don't remember. And I do add a few more of those puffy stickers. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. Thanks so much for joining me here, and goodbye.